we're making Kev. And we are live. Welcome along to BRS Series 2 for round 7 today, round Mexico. Just waiting on Bruno to ready up. But I'm joined today in the comms booth, but not one, but two co-coms. It's Mills and Mark. How you doing, boys?
Oh, I'm very good, thank you.
Doing really good.
Looking forward to an extra man in the comms booth, giving us a bit of support. Some say Ted Kravitz has joined us, but I'll let Mark introduce himself.
Hola.
He's here.
Yeah, how's it going?
Our very own little, Canadian Ted Kravitz. Come on.
Yeah. It should be a good race. I'm really looking forward to it. Mexico is always a super fun track for overtaking. It's a little bit difficult, but that you get such a big slipstream down that straight, we should see some really good battling today.
Very, very true. I mean, I don't see anyone coming out just yet, although I thought I heard some noise.
Keep an eye on
But
Spencer.
I also need to bring up the standings so I can let you know how everyone's doing coming into round 7. As always, it's usually Splitter, isn't it?
Every time.
Splitter loves the limelight. So here he comes out. Good lad.
Getting tight.
Oh, he's sticking with us.
After Yaps' win.
Yeah, I'll bring it up for you guys real quick. We may see a lot of invalidations today, to be fair, and we don't blame them because the track limits at Mexico are horrendous, to say the least.
I think it's mainly just the game itself. Like, I think the way the other game was versus how this one is just a lot more understeer in 2021 than 2020, and I feel like, in F1 2020 you can definitely play with the track limits a little bit more, whereas in this game it bites you, and it's very easy to validate, especially in the S's. So probably we'll see a lot of invalidations in qualifying and a lot of penalties in the race, I assume.
Yeah, exactly that. We're going to jump aboard with Splitter as he's going to be the first one across the line to start a lap here. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate as he comes into this stadium section, a really tight, left, right. I mean, really hard to get the power down. But here we go then as he starts his lap, going onto this massive straight, probably one of the longest on the calendar. I went maybe as long as Baku, I'm not too sure. It's DRS wide open then for old Splitter. We're probably looking for maybe, I was thinking into the 15s, high 15s. Is probably going to get through Q1.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say about 15-8.
As he navigates through these off the chicane here, does pretty well there. Back on the power, pretty short sector to be fair, only a couple corners. As he comes down into his left-hander now, little subsection. As he does a 28.5 first sector. Gets the apex very nicely back on the power using all the curb there. Long right-hander and then into this tough, you call it Maggots and Beckett's-esque again.
Yeah.
Can't really call it the same as USA.
Oh dear. Maggots and Beckett's.
He gets a little bit leery to be fair. Back on the power, nicely done to be fair. And we're at 56.3, so I think we're going to be into the 15s here.
Looking very
jumps
tight.
over that curb into the CM section, yeah. Power into fourth gear. Oh, needs to be careful with that invalidation there. Just gets away with it. And, across the line then for Splitter. What's it going to be? And it's a 15.5. Decent first banker there. So we've got Algates now coming across the line as well. Nice sporting, a nice lid as well. I like that. As he does a 16.8, goes P2. And I think it was his teammate, Mr. Fish Warrior, starting a lap just behind him. Now we'll just bring up the old standings for you guys so I can let you know how everyone's doing.
Would you like me to do that?
If you want, did you want to bring it up?
Sure, yeah.
Discord.
Oh no, wait,
work.
sorry, Discord is not working, that's right. You might actually.
I can send you a picture.
Do it. Yeah. Oh yeah, just send me the picture of it. But,
Fozzie does a 15.522.
Yeah, Miss Fuzzy there doing it. Our newest full-time after Unfadable unfortunately had to leave. But decent time as HP goes a 15.2, our reserve for the McLaren today. As, that's a really good lap in Q1. Still on board with Fish as he comes through sector 2. Nicely done. As CD pops up into P2, 15.4.
CD Mr. I can't qualify Davies.
Yeah. He honestly said,
Honestly,
I
I'm
haven't got a
sick
lot
of
of
hearing
pace, I'm going to
every
be starting
week.
towards the back. What about
Don't give
Fish
me
then? It
this
looks like a
chat for
decent
next
lap. It is, it's a 15.3 for Fish going P2. As, yeah, we're struggling tonight because Discord's killed itself, so I'll read out the standings myself in a bit. And I'll bring up the chat for you guys as well.
Kitch goes up in a P3, right ahead of Davies.
Nicely done. 3.98, another decent time. He's told me he's running some interesting wings as well.
What is
Not the usual,
interesting wings?
Well, not the usual like 8.9. You're running 8.10. He's running a lot lower than that.
Well, to be fair though, I mean, like, this last game used to be so low wings all the time, didn't it? And now this game you feel you're not really running too much downforce, but
Yeah, very, very
just
true.
wait. Maybe next year it'll be all change again and back to, I prefer it outwards, running low wings as possible. You know, when you go to like
I
ones
think
that
so,
running like a 2-3 or you know, even a 1-3.
I
I
actually
think we're
quite
usually
like.
running kind of the same things.
I actually quite like the way the setups are in
Oh,
this
it's
game
Kitch
because
binned it. Kitch binned it.
it's a,
He's so lucky
Oh.
to keep his wheels on there. He's so lucky. I was on board with him. He just actually had a massive snap of overtaker out of the last S, and just luckily clattered with the wall sort of side on, so it didn't break any wheel tethers. He got away with that
Oh,
though.
blimey.
He got away with that big time.
Daps on his lap.
Yep, just on board with him as he comes into this stadium section, just coming out this final corner. Got to be so careful on the power hit. But he's been looking really good, second in the championship right now, and he does a 15 dead. Goes P1 for the time being.
Very tired.
Looks like we've got a... Is it Bruno coming across the line next? He is up on his time.
pass in, not failed to set a lap, so
Ah, okay. That's a bit interesting to be fair.
it's Bowen's round as well. In the S's.
What's happened to Bowen?
Slide,
ball with,
careful to validate. Yeah, sorry. Oh, Rob's out.
Oh no, Rob's out! In the
Where's
stadium
that?
section.
Yeah.
Stadium section, he's lost it. Sector 3.
Dear.
Oh,
he's
super
got
unfortunate.
too much on the power, isn't he?
We're not going to talk about Mark may have.
Yeah, we just
Jinxed
mention
him.
that. That is so poor.
I just realized.
It's so poor.
Well, like, I mean, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to do it on purpose, but should I get him in?
Maybe after.
We'll do it after Q1. But going back to what I was saying before about the setups, one thing that I do really like about this game is the setups you can run. Obviously, you run a lot more downforce, but it's definitely more lenient. I feel like there's definitely a wide range of setups you could use on pretty much any track. Whereas in the last game, it was a pretty big difference from the front wing to the rear wing based on how much you would use. And I really like the way the setups are on this game. It's very balanced. It has the car obviously is a little bit more understeer than in the previous game, but I think setup-wise, it's pretty interesting to see that Kitch is running such a low downforce setup, but you know, I think he's going for overtaking, and that's going to be the easiest way for him to do it with a very slippery setup.
Well, absolutely, he said that it's in DMs before. He was just like, yeah, I've got to find a grip in this championship, and maybe low wings around here is definitely the way because you're going to get some class overtaking done down that main straight. As, we're on board with Bowen as he comes through the into the final sector. Yeah, it's been decent so far.
In the middle sector there. It's really come
Obviously still getting to grips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's still getting to grips with his wheel, and he's definitely come on pace a lot more in these couple of last week. As he comes through the final corner then, what's it going to be for old Bowen? It gets a little bit leery, but across the line, it's a 16 dead, goes P11, just behind his teammate.
He knows how to drive, he just needs to find his rhythm again.
Yeah, true.
He's got all of it. He's probably one of the most intelligent racers here in terms of outright pace and racecraft and everything else. He just needs to adapt to that wheel. On the pad, he'd beat everyone. No doubt about that.
So a couple people that are still in the pits is Wavy Knife. Dougie's out there on his lap, but Wavy Knife's still in the pits, and Drop Pass, the championship leader, is still not set a lap yet. He's already done 2 laps on his current softs. Drive On is still in the pits, and it looks like Alpa is still he's on an out lap at the moment, but a lot of people are struggling, like we said earlier, with a lot of invalidation. It's going to be super tough to put the lap together. And HP, I see that he just did another lap, and he pops up into P2 with a little bit better lap time, but he's on 4 lap old tires.
Yeah, obviously showing there's a little bit of pace, not too much of a drop off to be fair. If he's done 4 laps with a 15.1, obviously showing some pace. Poor old Dougie P has invalidated, so Yeah, all eyes on Dropass. Championship leader is leading by about 6 points to Yap, so it's really, really close. As he's been struggling the past few races, but on board with him then. He's done a 28.4. That's around Splitter's pace, I think. In terms of Sector 1 pace. We'll stay on board with him.
Little insight too about Dropass. He's actually using my setup, I believe, around this track, which I haven't really put too much time into this track as far as setup, but apparently that is what he chose to go with, and that's what he's using. Oh, and he invalidated too.
Yeah.
It just needs to be careful now, Dropass. I mean, it's not. If you go, as long as he goes through 15th, that's fine. It's all about managing expectations in Q1. Speaking of managing expectations, Raz is lit up the rears and going into the wall.
Oh dear, is that him out? He's out.
Done.
He's done.
Oh
yep,
dear.
That's it.
That's Raz done in Q1.
Well, he's P15 at the moment, but the thing is, he's going to have to. I mean, he will drop out, yeah.
Yeah, it's just Q1's not about, you know, you can set the flashes time, it's just getting through. I know that's
especially at tracks like this.
Q1 at the weekend.
Oh, still on board with Dropass as he's gone for another hit. Obviously has the fuel.
It looks good, but
looks pretty decent.
Making mistakes too often, that could cost him in terms of time pens in a race if it translates across.
I believe that was Doug just jumping up to P12 there, so he did get a lap in the end, a little bit, just a tiny bit off Gregor's there, to be fair. Some really close times. We've got a couple of guys in the .4s, and as well as the .3s, but is Yap still clear at right now by just over a tenth?
It's just mentally.
McLaren was just getting out of the way there.
Dropass
has done that a lot better.
He's got a delta to work with.
Yeah, this is a much more clean, tidy lap from Dropass. I think he knew that he's going to have to put it together and he's going to have to try and do something, and you know, he definitely took it easy in that S session to make sure he doesn't get into validation, so this is going to be a good lap.
Across the line then, what's it going to be for Dropass? And it's a 15.7, goes P11 for now. At least he's got time on the board. Probably has some more time in there, but yeah, at least he's got one for the time being, as we did miss drive on there going up to 9th, so he's got lapping. But yeah, they're all in the .7, so I reckon people will be coming out right at the end again, and maybe chucking some big names out.
Wavy Knife's still in the pits. It looks like he's on a lap now, but Wavy Knife is definitely someone you guys should probably watch out for today. He's usually pretty quick around this track, and he's got some pace.
Well, here he comes up to the line, and what's it going to be for Wavy Knife? Yeah, up to P9, 15.5.
He made a massive mistake in the third sector as well, really wide.
Oh, right.
So he could have had a few tenths on that.
Alpa's invalidated. We've got Doug, who's invalidated as well. Just trying to find some guys. I think Drive-On's on an in-lap. Just wonder if Kitch has gone for another. Yes, I think he has. And no, he's down in the first sector. I just wonder if he keeps going, but...
Oh, Zargate's round. I guess spun it exactly where Raz is. Luckily he didn't DNF as of yet. He just lost to his front wing, but trundled back to the pits and hopefully getting another lap.
Well, I haven't been told whether it's going to be a wet race. So,
don't say that.
I'll have to. Anyone in the chat who's racing, let me know if there's a dry or wet race. Kitch is down, so he's not going to be improving. So we're going to wait for the mad rush then. As
Fisher's dry.
Guys will
so who's spreading these rumours?
Oh no, I was just speculating. I didn't.
Oh,
really
sorry.
know.
I thought someone said it was wet.
No, I was speculating.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, dry.
So I'm just being told from Yaps that weather is going to be dry for the race, and he also gave me a little bit of insight on his lap. He had a really big mistake on his lap, and he kind of just took it nice and safe. So Yaps definitely has some more pace. The fact that he's just about under a tenth quicker than HP. HP's also done 5 laps on those tires, so we know he's got pace. But Yaps definitely showing that he's got some good pace. He's just kind of cruising and doing his thing, and I definitely could see him, if Dropass keeps struggling like he's doing, he could probably take over the championship league today.
Yeah, very true. I mean, knowing Yaps from last season, you just don't expect this. I mean, his consistency's just gone right up, and that's why he's a real championship rival this season.
Same with Dropass, though.
So we're on.
No, he's brilliant.
Yeah, same with Dropass. Yep. On board with Jaff. We'll see if he's up into sector 1. And, oh, he's only down by 200, so I reckon he's going to keep going. Struggling to get the car rotated there a little bit. Nicely done on the power though. We'll see how he does into sector 2, one of the hardest, probably hardest sectors on the car, to be fair. That was nice and tidy.
Improving a bit. Maybe enough to
Yeah,
drop
3
us.
temps up. Yeah, definitely needs maybe a 0.6 or a 0.5 really.
Careful,
His
CD,
teammates
careful,
in the
CD.
way a bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Who's he playing at?
I'm not too sure.
I mean, surely they're communicating there.
So Droppass looks like he's coming out on another brand new set of tires. This is very, very crucial because he's sitting in 13th at the moment, and if he doesn't have that good of a lap, he could be knocked out, and this is going to be crucial for the championship. So we're going to watch this lap. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, goodness knows what the AlphaTauris are doing there, to be honest.
Yeah, rare miscommunication.
Ball with Droppass as he bumps over the curbs. Always gone very wide, but gets away with it, to be fair. He was off the track and, yeah, didn't invalidate him. It's
Alpa's
just the
gonna
F1
work
game
on
for
him.
you.
If he continues his pace.
Yeah, and he's down. Droppass is down.
Alpa's improving, so could be in trouble. He's going to need Doug to pull us out of the bag, I think.
Yeah, on board with Alpa as he comes across the line, and it's going to be a 15.8. Oh, it's not going to be enough. Well, it's enough to get out of the top bottom 5 for the time being, but might not be enough. Oh, Bowen is very slidey.
And that might save Droppass, to be fair.
Yeah, Algates is in the pits. Gregors is on a lap right now. Dougie is going to have time for another one, and I think Bowen is going to have time for one. So, Droppass is invalidated, so he's got to go for another one. This is really hurting the tyres especially. He's had to use 2 sets.
Yeah, he's been struggling on these tracks for his type validation, hasn't he? It just seems to...
Is Alba crashed? Is Alba out?
Yeah, crashed.
Oh dear. Another casualty.
And the one thing about Droppass is that he is on pad, and this track, as a lot of people know, if you're on controller, is pretty difficult. And it seems like he's definitely struggling a lot in those type of sections, whereas you have a couple drivers, you know, for example, his teammate, you know, on wheel, definitely playing a lot more into his favor on this track. But Droppass, you know, he's going to have to get it together if he wants to kind of keep his grip in the championship. But he had a really good first sector there, so this is so far looking like a good lap. He just has to keep it clean in the middle sector.
Jeff's crashed. Jeff's crashed.
Oh, we've got another one. Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, on the whole control thing, I mean, it's a tough track for pad, but it's all about just
He's
keeping
invalidated
it consistent.
again.
Always right, just right in the middle of the road. It's going to put it off as well, but...
Yeah, but Droppass had already invalidated again.
Oh, no.
As Mark pointed out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bowen's done. Doug's going to improve. Doug is going to improve, so...
Oh,
Not right. He wouldn't have
just
pushed
behind Droppass.
He wouldn't have pushed Droppass down, I think, anyway, because Jaff and Alpha are slower.
What about Gregors then? Gregors is on a lap.
A bit like he's quick enough.
So this could push Doug out, to be fair. Or as he gets a little bit out of sorts coming out of there. And yeah, he's down. Let's see if he can gain anything into the stadium section. Goes a little bit deep. Unable to carry as much speed as he wanted to. Nicely done through the last corner though, back on the power and comes into the pits.
Yeah.
So that's it for Gregors then. He'll be saying P18. But yeah, a little bit scary for old Droppass. He does get through, but has had to use 2 sets.
So apparently
yeah,
it is going to
interesting
rain
times.
qualifying at some point.
Ooh, that throws a spanner in the works, to be fair. It could play into the hands of Droppass a little bit more, maybe.
Probably end of Q2 to 3, says Lorena. Thank you for that, mate.
Well, there we have it then. Yaps tops Q1, but it's Rob who's down the bottom, who unfortunately crashed out early into the session. Not at all jinxed by Mark beforehand.
Speaking of that, I am going to get Rob in the party just to give his take, kind of figure out what happened there. Obviously, Rob, came into Tier 2 a little bit late, but he is still a fantastic driver, so it would be nice to get his input. So I've just invited him.
No worries. Yaps takes Q1 pole then by just under a tenth of a second. HP showing some good potential then for a reserve in the McLaren. But yeah, we do lose Raz, Jaff, Alpa, Bowen, Gregors, Algates and Rob. And speaking of Rob, he does join us at the end of Q1.
Make sure you include your audio, Rob. Hello, you all good?
Hello, yeah.
Okay, good. So Rob, obviously we had a little chat right before the Q1. It was not my intention to jinx you at all. But no, seriously, I mean, I'm sure it is a little bit of a bummer to be out in Q1 by just a little bit of a mistake, but it happens. So just talk us through a little bit of how the incident happened.
I think I was going to go out anyway. It's not a track I'm very good at. I love the track, I'm just not very good at it. But it was a mistake. I dropped my pad and I spun me into the wall. I'm not gonna lie. I caught my arm on my headset wire and my pad flew out my hands, and then next minute I was in the wall. Yeah, that was pretty much it. But to be fair, I'd rather be at the back than somewhere in the middle going into turn one, just sort of mind my own business, try and keep penalty free and see what happens. Gain some confidence through.
Yeah, for sure, and I definitely think that from what you showed some speed, particularly at Brazil. Brazil, you were in great form, so I definitely feel like there's still a good race out of you today. But you and your teammate Raza Gamer, you guys are both out in Q1, so the strategy, is it going to be a little bit more open between you two, or you're going to try and work together the best you can to make it through the pack?
My teammate's Alpa, but he's also out.
Or Alpa,
So
I forgot you're Alpine, not Williams, my bad.
No, I'm Williams now.
Oh, you are Williams, never mind that.
It's Alpha that's Williams.
My bad.
But yeah, I mean, we don't go to party for the race, but we tend, whenever we're on track together, we always seem to work together quite well. Like in my debut, I knew he was higher up in the standings, obviously, so I gave him a toe for a bit when I passed. So I'm happy to work with him if I'm with him at all. Yeah, I think the same for both of us. We just want to try and get a straight focus. And we'll need a safety car or two, maybe a couple of instants, but I think we can, if we keep it clean, don't get penalties.
For sure. Now I'm going to ask, right before we let you go, who's your take for the top three, in any order?
Put him on the spot, why don't you?
Yeah, I think Yaps is incredible. I honestly didn't think Yaps was going to be good going into this one because on a previous race that I raced with him, he was not good at it. So he's definitely that fan attack. Daddy's cash is yeah, I think credit to Yaps.
He's okay.
I don't know HB, but I think he looks strong being up there. I'll go for Wade.
Yeah, Wavin is definitely.
He'll be alright.
He definitely showed some potential in Q1. He only did one lap towards the end, but just poked his nose in there, got himself a nice solid time. So definitely, I can see Wavy Knife having a good finish for sure. But anyway, Rob, thanks again. Hopefully, we get a chance to chat to you after the race and maybe see yourself on the podium. You never know, right? It's a difficult race, so hope to see you and talk to you again later.
Thanks, boys. Take care.
See you later.
Yeah, good luck, Rob.
All right, that was Icelandic Rob driving for Williams. I actually got a little bit confused there. I thought he was driving for LP, but Williams driver. Rob, I know that he's not super good around this track, and he's going to be a little bit frustrated, even though he may not play it. I know he's going to be a little bit bummed because you never want to crash in Q1, let alone anytime. So I definitely know that he's going to be a little bit bummed with being out so early.
Yeah, just in that interlude, I saw Adel. I think he retired in the pits. I think.
Yeah, I believe so as well.
He was obviously doesn't want to take part, but Dropas doing a 15.2 then. I think that's going to boost his confidence big time. But due to the is Fozzie's out as well. We've lost two. Fozzie out into the
Oh, it's
stadium
got a
section.
10-minute
I'll
break
just
now,
get on
right?
board with CD. Yeah, he's lost a car. I think CD's been put off there. But due to the glitch, I'm not really sure what kind of tyres people are running. I probably assume drop ice and yaps are definitely on the soft, same as split.
Doug's lost it. That's it. Quali done. Quali's done.
Oh, goodness me. Lost another.
That's quali done now.
What, is it, oh, is that everyone
Yeah,
through?
that's done. Yeah. Set whatever time you
Oh.
like.
Well, that,
Right, I'm going for a break, boys. That's
that's
wow,
fifth
that's
spot,
poor.
it gets
That
into the
is poor.
14s. It's a tough track, to be fair, but Fish
Yeah,
then,
it is,
first driver into the 14s.
Wow.
Wavy knife's invalidated. Oh. Well, that's that then. For
CD's
Q2.
throwing a 17 dead on the mediums. What am I seeing?
What a time. Come on. Just wonder if anyone else has gone for another hit. Kitch's validated. Drive one's up though, to be fair. As he's just over 2 tenths up as he comes into the stadium section.
Wow, if there's every time just try the medium now is the time behind it.
Yeah.
I might put the Mercedes boys out of favour.
Yeah, definitely. Well, here comes drive on up to the line, 16.4, goes P6.
Wow.
And I just wonder whether CD did go for another, and yes he has, up to with a 16.2 up to P6, drops drive on down. And yeah, it's just wavy knife to kind of, well, you could just set a 130 if you wanted to.
That's a pretty solid lap from CD in the mediums. I know that the mediums are about 1.2 seconds slower than the softs on this track. I do remember, and yeah, that's either he just put down a really good lap of the mediums, but if he chucks on the softs for Q3, if it doesn't rain, CD might actually have a pretty good chance here at qualifying in the top 3.
Oh, good insight, right. Come on, CD. He's been wishing for some luck recently, so maybe Mexico's the round to have it. But back on board with Splitter, who's gone for another one on the softs.
Love that from wavy knife, put it on the inters. Smart that is.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
smart. Saving set mediums of the race, I love that.
Yeah, good lad.
That is big brain.
I'm just a little bit interested in what Splitter's doing, because this is 3 lap old softs, am I right?
Maybe we'll set another lap then. But again, you can't
Yeah,
guarantee
but he's
him
going to be starting on them, isn't he? Unless it's
Yeah,
raining.
but he might get, I don't know, just fresh this, I don't know. There is, yeah, it's interesting tactics.
I think he forgot it's Q2.
Alright, I'm just going to stick up the Champions League boys to catch me. If everyone just retire, that would be nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Splitter's been on a decent lap, to be fair. Might improve on his on these old softs. Takes a very close line to the line, and yeah, does improve to a 15.286, only 200ths off of Yaps there. Yeah, wavy knife has gone out on the inters. Smart moves from the lad. I'm sure maybe Wookie had some doing in that as well.
L plan.
Yeah, definitely. Well, here comes wavy knife to start an absolutely rapid lap. What a start here.
Don't validate now, please.
Yeah, he's just getting out of the way as well, so good lad. Yeah, Rob asking why is he using such old softs. That's what I was just thinking, because he's going to be getting through on 4 lap old softs. So surely they're going to be dead.
Maybe Splitter is trying something here. Maybe he's playing games with all of us, and he might have. Oh, okay. Kits just decides to go off the track, but
Yeah, that was
one thing that I
and
noticed
as the rain's
he
just
went
coming
around.
down.
Yeah.
Might hamper Kitch a little bit, even though he doesn't. Well, it doesn't really matter too much.
I think Q3 is going to be intermediates. I don't know if it's going to be intermediates the whole way, but I think you're going to see a mad dash in the beginning for everyone to get out there
Yes,
on softs
very
as
true.
soon as possible.
That's going to be super interesting, to be fair. As Kitch, despite the rain, is up by almost 4/10 of a second. This is looking like a great lap. Gets the apex very nicely. Back on the power. Out of this final corner then, needs to be super careful on the power. And, yeah, great lap by Kitch. 16.3. Goes behind CD, so it kind of shows actually how good CD's lap was. As he's wiggling about a bit. Obviously, because Kitch was up on CD's time there until that last section, so kind of showing that the higher downforce is paying dividends in this last 2 sectors. HP is almost, well, just over a second up on his softs as Wavy Knife with a 1:43. What a time! And gets into the top 10.
Unbelievable stuff.
Oh, as HP comes in, so he doesn't want to set a soft lap. Knows he's already through. Wavy on board, please. You want to see the the absolute goat at work here.
He's getting some practice on the Q3.
The one thing I will
Oh, look
say,
at that, 8th gear.
I think, while even though starting on the mediums most of the time is a better strategy, I do think CD and Kitch, if it's dry for the whole race, they're definitely going to struggle at the beginning of the race to hold pace. Because it's most likely going to be a 2-stop race, it's pretty much wide open. And I think just starting on the slower tire, yeah, you're going to put on 2 sets of softs, but you just, you kind of put yourself in a situation to where now you have no other choice but to use a softer tire. So if a safety car comes out, you're kind of stuck with using those tires, where if you start on softs, you could put on the mediums. If it's like a safety car lap 10, you put on the mediums, maybe forced to go to the end. But at that point, you've already made your stops that you need to do. So I think the people starting on the softs probably a little bit more of an ideal strategy around this track. And track position is going to be crucial. Even though there's a big long straight, track position is very, very big.
Yeah, especially when you start getting into DRS trains and stuff. Can't really, well, it's more difficult to get through cars. It's just waiting on Kitch and Wavy Knife to retire. Yeah, we've had a pretty premature end to proceedings here in Q2, and as we do lose Adol, Fozzie and Doug, and then that was that for Q2 because everyone else was through. So Wavy Knife played an absolute blinder. He's got some fresh sets ready for the race. Should be a formidable force, really. Yeah, I've got to say, great lap from Fish, getting into the 14s. And, well clear of the 2 Mercedes. As both Kitch and Wavy Knife do retire, so we do get to go through to Q3 pretty early.
Should be like 20.
So there we go then.
20 past finish, was one.
Yeah. So yeah, Fish takes Q2 pole then, just over 2/2 of a second to drop us, as the Mercedes are stuck together as like most rounds. Splitter also hanging in there in P4, but yeah, we've got CD, Kitch, Drive on HP, all playing a blinder, getting through on the mediums because we did lose Adol, Fozzie, and Doug, and Wavy Knife playing the best out of the bunch, going on the inters, and
I actually love that.
safe and sound with a 1:43. So, is it going to be a mad rush straight out the pits in Q3 from the dries before it gets too wet? It's going to be a bit of a madness. How wet are we talking then? How wet? Are we straightening in? Ooh, wait.
It looks like
kinda there.
It looks like it's
Seems to me.
still at that point where it's dry, but the inters are probably like maybe 2-3 minutes away before it's gonna go full wet. But you can see a lot of people are already coming out right away.
There we go. Here come the cars. As I say, that was like a simultaneous run out from most of the garages there.
By the time I get around at the end, there's a
One person I'm
Yeah,
really
spray.
interested about for this is Drop S, because remember Drop S was really struggling in Q1 to get a lap, and if he doesn't get a lap now, it's over. Like, he's not going to be a potential pole position or be up near the front. He's going to have to put
Yeah,
it
for
together
sure.
right away. All these guys are.
Well, Fish had the best reactions. He's out by quite some margin.
Yeah. It's gonna be like being that, I remember Monaco qualifying for a couple of seasons ago in Series 2. It was literally like one shot on the softs, that was it. Yeah, it was obviously around here a lot of pressure.
Yeah, the annoying thing with... Oh, it's Fish is
it's
left.
Okay, I'm trying to get back.
Oh, he was in prime position there. I think that's kind of ruined him. And now Bruno's going to be the lead car across the line. Yeah. The thing about being a spectator is you can't see the spray, so we can't actually... And obviously we can see the rain, and obviously we can see it coming down. Yaps is looking to try and get past.
I just do think it's in that crossover to the point where the inters are going to be quicker sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it looks sketchy out there already.
It looks like Yaps definitely wanted a clear track, but he's kind of had no other choice but to follow Bruno.
Yeah. Oh, he's following very well. He's following him very close. Well, here comes Bruno then to start his lap. We're probably going to see quite a drop off in pace now.
Big train as well.
The two Mercedes are right behind him, so I'll compare sector times between them those two. Let's look at that. They're all coming down together. Into turn one, then looked like a decent run from Bruno, to be fair. Yaps gets through without an invalidation. Right, Droppass gets through nicely. So, what's the sector time for Bruno then? It is a 29.2 and it's a 29.3 for Yaps. So, 1-0 Bruno then. He comes really slow right-hander now, back on the power, looking pretty sketchy. What about 3 here then? We'll hang on board with him. Very off the power. Usually in 7th gear by now. Oh, that's very well, to be fair. We'll compare 6 times to 59.2. Oh, it's 1/10 of a second between Bruno and Yaps.
And Droppass is valid.
Oh, that's not going to help things at all.
Huge.
We could see a Bruno pole here unless anyone has gone quicker behind him. Bruno's struggling to get on the power, but let's see it up to the line. It's going to be into the 119.9. What about Yaps? Oh, it's a 10th of a second. It's 120 dead. The CD does a 120.6, so 6/10 clear. It's HP. There's a 19.7. Kitch with a 19.8. Oh my goodness me. The times are coming in thick and fast. Wavy Knife with a 21 dead. Oh, but what a time from the two McLaren drivers.
Droppass doing another lap.
Yeah,
Hang on board with him.
Well out, I he's
going to be really
struggling.
Everyone getting well out of the way for him.
1-2. There you have it.
29.3 kind of matches Yaps.
Second sector.
Yeah, he's going to really struggle. HP like the sauce though with a 0.7. Bruno's, sorry not Bruno, Droppass has got to pull out all the stops through here. Is the car gonna hang with him? Oh, very off the gas to be fair. And it's a 59.7. Yeah, very off the pace. This is CD Wavy Knife territory, I think. Might even stay P9.
Just missed out at crucial times, Droppass.
Super unfortunate for Droppass and Fish especially as well. Do feel bad for Fish. He did have some paces. Drive on's out. Yeah, this Droppass goes 8th.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Not ideal. Not
the ideal Q3. And who was that jumping him? I think it was Wavy Knife, 20.5. It's P7. Found a little bit more pace there.
I think this might be it.
Splitter's gone for another. Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's only going to get worse. Unless Fish can get out and do pretty well. Fish is out now. What about Splitter? Let's see if Splitter's still got the time in him. Or the weather's just it's just come down now. Very tentative. Yeah, Kitch retires. There we are.
Yeah, I know. I know it's done.
Oh,
Well, it's not
got
the most interesting call.
Well, a 1-2 from McLaren's pretty cool.
It's all been done.
We didn't give up predictions either. It just came out too quick.
No. It's all been done in the flash though. Most sessions.
Yeah. Wow, that's unbelievable.
LeBrun a P3 with a 19.9. Oh no, sorry, he was always there. My bad.
Yeah, he
my
said
bad,
that already. It's decent lap time to be fair. So yeah, super impressed by the two McLarens. What about Splitter then? Did he even manage to find some pace? No, he hasn't. He's 7 tenths down.
Nah, that shows you. It's done.
Well, there we are then. Droppass comes in. It's going to be ninth place. Oh, poor old Fish.
Yeah, something for it's not.
I think that's just going to be P10 for him.
Yeah, he was in prime position.
Yeah, he's right there. On the power very tentatively. As who has come out? Maybe not retired. I believe it's Bruno.
Bruno's
come out. Okay.
Don't think they're going to improve.
So is Yaps. And CD. CD's come out on Inters.
We just see what CD can do on Inter, to be fair.
Oh, and Fish invalidates. I'm on board with Bruno. A little bit anticlimactic, but pretty interesting from the get-go, and we see a new pulse hitter, to be fair.
Yep.
Man like HP and Kitch. Kitch being, well, I reckon Kitch can be pretty happy. He's in one of the best positions to gain some points back on the two Mercedes.
And you got to remember too, with Kitch having, running a little bit more low downforce setup, you think he would be the favorite going into turn 1 if he gets the run on his teammate.
Very true. Yeah. Let's kind of see what. Yeah, Bruno looks. He looks way too sketchy out there.
He's looking like he's not got a lot of grip.
Yeah, the time's going to be so much slower. Looks like Bruno's going to go for one though. I think we're going to be well into the maybe 125s though, to be honest. Really doesn't like his good pace. Well, what's CD done? He's going for one. Splitters come straight in, same with Yaps.
Yeah, Rob has just said it perfectly. He went in the chat, he just said waste of tires. I 100% agree. Because if they're going to have to use these tires in the race, it is just a big waste.
And yeah, Bruno's backed off. So, big waste. So, no, props to CD for having a little go. We'll see what the Inters feel like.
See what BRS though.
Yeah, is it?
It felt like a beep. It sounded like a beep to me. No, it didn't open, but yes.
No, it didn't open. Just waiting on the other guys to retire. As HP retires from pole position. Nicely done from the debutant.
He's revving out in fourth.
Yeah. Is Limitless Racing? No, this is Series 2. So Limitless Racing is Series 1. This is Series 2 that happens on a Tuesday.
Limitless Racing.
Some would say CD is probably the man to watch. over Limitless. Got to say, this is goat behaviour here. I mean, look at this. He's doing some drifts for the fans.
Dude, the Fish is only on a 0.8. That's not even bad.
That's not even that bad.
No, I mean, that's poor from like Droppass and I mean, Fish has set a lap for like what was that 6 to 7 minutes later. Like that's a lot of difference.
He's only a 10 down in the first.
In terms of the grip they have, it just shows you how much like some of the boys are struggling in these mixed conditions.
It almost looks like it's slowed down raining.
That's what I was just thinking.
It doesn't look as wet as it did before. Maybe Fish is honestly.
Oh,
no! He's lost the car. Oh dear.
He's pushed a bit too much.
Front wing gone. Yeah.
I spoke too soon.
I'm just waiting on the other guys to retire, unless they're thinking it's gonna get drier in these last couple.
So he just changed his tyres, don't dare see, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, does it?
Stay in the pits. Stay in the pits and retire.
How did he not DNF? That was worse than your spin. Oh, unlucky Rob. did look like he clattered the wall. I thought he was going to lose his wheel, but no, obviously not. waiting on the other 4 guys. But yeah, this spices up the race then, as your kind of championship rivals are mixed about a bit. Rob said, "Watch this last to P19 challenge." I want some comms, love. Nah, mate, it's gonna be last to first, Rob. I called it, bro. I called it. You're gonna win on penalties, my son.
You got to back up with the predictions there.
Just waiting on CD now. Oh dear. I'm not gonna be too happy with your div head.
Time wasting. I feel.
Oh, not good enough.
We'll start at you in the chat.
CD.
Yeah, we'll
What's
start
he
at you in
doing?
the chat.
Obviously. Yeah, Fozzie's beating me to it. There we are. Well, there we go then. HP, like the sauce, your reserve for today in the McLaren, takes pole by just under 1/10 of a second to Kitch, the other McLaren driver. So it's a 1-2 for McLaren. Let's go. And it's Bruno in P3 then in the Red Bull, Yaps in P4, Drive On in P5, Split Take in P6, Wavy Knife in P7, CDP 8, and Drop Out and Fish in P9 and 10. But yeah, this could be super interesting for the race. As, I think we're going to have a little 5-minute break just to collect ourselves ready for the race. Yeah, if HP can back this up in the race, definitely showing why he's deserving of a seat if one comes up. I'll bring up what tyres people are starting on, because I think there's going to be a big mixture. And then we'll have a quick break while I grab a drink. Mills, you've been summoned to give Rob a strat.
I can do it.
Win.
Win. Go on, Mark, what are we saying? What's your
Rob,
ideal strat?
Normally the strat that I do around this track is start on the softs, lap 2, switch to another set of softs, lap 5, go to another set of softs, lap 6, go to a set of mediums, and change my front wing, you know, because sometimes the front wing wears out, so you want extra downforce on the front, so you change the front wing. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to hards for about 5 laps, and then once you spin off on those and go into the wall, you're gonna come back in. You're gonna get another nice brand new wing, another set of soft tires, go for another 3 laps, put another set of mediums on to the end, crash on the last lap, and that's the strat around Mexico.
Wow. That sounds rapid, to be fair.
Especially the front wings. Like, you have no idea how nice it is to get fresh front wings. Like,
that brings pace. That brings pace. But there we go. Then so Kitch and HP starting on the mediums. It's going to be Bruno and Yap starting behind them on softs. So that's going to be cool. Watching the start of that. Can you have the actual strat, please? I believe if you start on mediums and do a medium soft, that is the strat. From back of the grid, Rob. So we've got Bruno Yaps on softs. Dryman gone for the mediums, but he does have Splitter and Wavy Knife and company on the softs. Oh, as Wavy Knife changes to the mediums. Good lad. CD on the mediums. Dropass and Fish on the softs. We've got Ada on the mediums. And then rather large mixture. A block of 4 drivers there going for the mediums. And Rob not taking my voice. Come on, dude. Get the mediums. Yes! That's my guy! Straight to onto the mediums. Nicely done. And there we go. But I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm going to go grab a drink. But yeah, I'll keep it on this screen so you can see if anyone does change their tyres.
So I think this race is going to be very, very interesting. Obviously, we were talking about before with HP coming in at a reserve. Kitch, I think Kitch is definitely going to be a big, big factor. Running that setup that has a little bit less downforce, he's going to be pretty dangerous. But keep an eye on LeBruno and Yaps, P3, P4. Looks like they're the ones that are going to start on the softs, drive on, of course, on the mediums. Splitter Fitter is also going to be on the softs. Wavy Knife has switched to the mediums. Remember, he had his lap in Q2 in the Inter, so he has free tire choice. That's also going to be a big factor because now he has a fresh set to use for the race. C. Davies in P8 on the mediums. NXR drop past championship leader starting in 9th on the softs. That's going to be a little bit struggle for him to get through. He's going to make sure that he makes up his ground, much ground as he can. Fish Warrior down in P10, also starting on the softs. Adol on the Ferrari, starting on the mediums. Fossil on the softs, and Dougie and Raza on the mediums. I can't see anywhere else because Kimmy doesn't have the stream all the way down, but so far that's what the top 14 look like as far as their tire choices go.
Oh, look at that. Back just in time. I'll bring up all the relevant info.
Just letting you know, I've already gone down all the tire choices, and now that I see from Jaff all the way down to Rob, they're all in the mediums.
Oh, lovely. So, give me your pick for the top 3 then, Mark. What are we thinking?
Personally, I think LeBruno is looking really good. LeBruno is, he was a little bit, he was just kind of there in Q1 and Q2. Q3 came out with a nice lap at P3. Yaps is obviously one of my good mates, so I'm going to put my money on him a lot of the time. But I think my top 3 is going to be Bruno, Yaps, and Babies is going to be my top 3.
Okay. What do you think, Mills? If he's there. Mills ain't back yet. I'll go through what everyone else has predicted. Jake's going for Oh, go on, Mills. Go on, give me your top 3, lad.
Yes, I'm going to go for Kitch P1, I'm going to go for Yaps P2, and Mr. Fish P3.
Nice. I'll go through what everyone else. Well, Jake's gone for Rob Laster first. Love it. Jay, he's gone Kitch P1, Yaps P2, and HP P3. Need Raz to crash out. Okay, fair enough. Wookie's gone Drive, Yaps Fish. Always backing his boy Drive on. Banner with an Adel Doug Jaff. Lovely. And Mark went full NXR. Of course he did. I'm going to go with backing my boy Rob from 20th to 1st. I'm thinking Rob's going to win. Second, I'm going to go with Yaps. Third, I'm going to go with Kitch. So here we go then, as the AI take over so they can line up. This is nice seeing a McLaren 1-2, things you love to see. Let's hope they can keep it that way, because they've got Yaps and Bruno coming down at them on the softs as well, so we could see some overtakes into turn 1. As we're just waiting on Rob coming through the last corner now in the background. Just lining up towards the back there.
Should be good, this to be fair. Should be good.
Yeah, super excited. Just waiting on the AI. Ooh, waiting for the lights. Here we go then to 5 red lights for BRS Series 2, round 7 round Mexico as they rev up the cars. And it's a long wait, but it's lights out and away we go. It's like a great start from HP and Kitch. It's not a good start from Kitch as he's down to P4 already. Bruno's into P2. He's going to try and fight for P1. Same with Yaps. Oh, it's better squeeze there in the background. There's going to be 3 wide into turn 1. I've got a terrible camera view as they come into turn 1. Bruno's going to try around the outside. It's 3 wide. It's not really going to work. And Yaps had to back out and go across the grass. It's Bruno up into P1 then on the softs. HP down to P2. Kitch is in P3. Oh, there's a bit of carnage back there. There's a Mercedes involved. And CD's up to P4. What a start from him as the two McLarens are going to go side by side. As they don't want to be doing, well, they don't want to be doing that too often. As there's a bit of hustle and bustle back down the bottom. As Fish is down to P16. Not a good start. As Yaps is down to P5 after having to go across the grass. We've got movements down towards the bottom as the two Aston Martins are going to do battle. But Drive On keeps P12 for now. As Drop Pass is off. Drop Pass is off. He's got front wing damage.
No.
Got damage. There's always a bit more contact. What's going on there? Bowen's gone through Fish. As CD and Yaps are going to go side by side. CD's up the inside here. Good battle in here. As Yaps is going to hold it round the outside though on those soft tyres. They're still going to do side by side. Still side by side with this stadium section. But yeah, CD has to conceal the place for Yaps then.
What a start.
And he's already gapped to second. As here comes Splitter now as well on the soft tyre. Having a go at CD. CD had a great start, but yeah, he's on a different strat here. And there's a little bit of side-by-side action down there as Fozzie and Ada are going to go side-by-side into turn 1. Oh, there's contact. CD's been involved as well. What's happened here? As Fozzie is back down into P8. Ada went to P7 on that soft compounded tyre. Oh no, he's on the medium, sorry. Fozzie's on the soft. As Ada was going to have a go on CD as well. He's had a poor run. Oh, and who's that up the inside? Fozzie's up the inside. Lovely move. All popping off here. As Wavy Knife now goes around the outside of CD. He's dropping like a fly. Dropping like a stone, sorry. As Raz is now side by side with CD. I think he might have damage. As CD's going to go around the outside. Keeps the position. Great little battle there. And have I missed anything important? Sorry about that.
I just
Fish
wanted to
dropped
say
down
one thing.
further.
That was a clutch start for the Bruno. Even though he didn't get out in front right away, but he got right in the perfect position to where he could really set up to get into the lead, because now he's on those soft sides. He has to pull away. He has to make sure he makes this strategy work, because, like I said, because it's a two-stop, he's going to have to make it push harder, because Kitch is on those mediums. Kitch is going to be able to put 2 sets of softs on. So is LeBruno, but LeBruno's going to have to switch to, he's going to have to think about if he's going to want to use mediums in the middle stint or softs again to try and pull the gap. So this is going to be very crucial. He has to open up a gap to try and break out a DRS, and it'll definitely help his race.
We've just missed there. Fish is retired. He might have connection problems. I'm not too sure. CD's in the pit, so confirmation that he did have damage, probably with a scuffle with Splitter, to be fair. But Carl wasn't unghosting. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Sorry, Fish. But Jake saying very clean turn 1. Yeah, definitely for a Mexico race, that was very clean.
Wasn't bad at all, yeah.
But as the guys settle down, then we've got Bruno, who's just managed, well, Kitch has managed to stay in that second gap, which is pretty crucial, but he is down to 20% ERS, so he's had to use a lot of ERS to stay there. Yaps then is going to try and get onto the back of HPs. We've got yellow flags. I believe it's the other Alfa Romeo of Algates. Something's happened in sector 2. Super unfortunate. As they all file their way through this stadium section. So I'll just bring up who's had the best starts in. Position change. Fozzie up 6 places. Great start for him. Same with Raz up 5. And my boy Rob has... oh, good one, Mark. Nice one. Fish just leaving the session there so Mark can get in.
Nice one, flying past.
Yeah, had to have some quick reaction times there.
Yeah, good lad, good lad. Yeah, you can watch it live now, dude. Yaps then close to HP in this battle for a podium place. Oh, someone's lagging all over the shop.
Yaps, no good over that time.
Is it Yaps?
Yeah, I don't know. I was on the
it was Yaps a little bit. So just settling down a little bit now. We've got a couple of close battles. Wavy Knife just hanging on to Raz there. And
Yaps
the
is
two
really pushing HP. He knows that he has to get by these guys as quick as possible. And the thing is, Kitch is really holding on to the Bruno. I'm actually quite surprised that Bruno has not pulled away from Kitch. And like we said before, with the straight line speed Kitch has showed, he should be able to overtake him if he's willing to make that move early. But this battle over here for second, it's a Red Bull of Bruno, and of course Bruno and Yaps, good friends with each other. but I think Yaps is going to get this move done here, no problem.
Yeah, here he comes. He's getting close. HP's gone defensive, but I think it's going to be an easy move for Yaps. And through he comes then on the soft combat attire. Gets the move done for P3. His drop has picked up a 3 second. That's not ideal. As yeah, Kitch has done really well. I know he's down to 18% ERS, but I think he's used it pretty nicely just to stay in the DRS.
Very wise.
Because Bruno hasn't really pulled away. As Wavy Knife is still hanging on to the back of Raz for the time being. And what about Rob? Close with his teammate. They said they were going to work together. And they're doing pretty well, 12th and 13th. Good start for Rob.
I am quite surprised that not a lot of people have focused on trying to save the ERS a lot. And I know it's quite difficult when you go into turn 1 because it's such a long run. But I think if some of these people would have just backed off, because if you look at Wavy Knife is in P9. He's on the mediums. He's got basically 100%. And he's just kind of staying behind Raza, staying behind Adel. And as you know, racing on this track, ERS is super crucial. You can save a lot of it. You gain so much time. Kitch picks up a 3-second penalty. That's not
Yeah, that's not ideal.
And
yeah,
he just gets out. Oh, now Bruno, he just got back into the DRS zone, but it looks like it's fluttering around that 9/10 to a second mark. But I think Wavy is looking good here, and he's in a really good spot with the ERS he has, because everyone around him is pretty much below 40%.
So it's all about making the
exactly.
DRS.
Yeah.
Use it when you need to, but you can't save too much because he's just not using it at all down the straight. Which this time around is fair enough, but at the end of the day, the guys in front are only going to pull away. They're not going to be coming
We're
back.
talking about battles. Raz has got up into P7 on Adel. Oh, Adel might have a little go round the outside, to be fair. Nope, as Raz gets P7. Oh, we've got a move as Yaps up into P2. Getting the move done on Kitch.
Just looking down
on
back
different
to the back,
strats
it
for the
looks
time
like
being.
Rob, starting from P20, he's already up himself into P12, and I don't think he has any warnings as well. So he's looking pretty good so far. He's got quite a lot of ERS compared to his team. Oh no, his teammate actually has they're about the same thing. But I wonder if there's going to be a little bit of team orders here. If it's a scenario
Well, there
where
was team orders while you were talking. There was Alpa let Rob through just on the end of the straight last lap, so Rob was allowed through. So see if he's got any more pace than his teammate there.
He seems to be pulling away through this middle sector as he got a little bit loose out of that corner. But I think Rob, like I said before, I think he wasn't really that happy. I think getting out of Q1, he knows that he is better than that, and he's showing some pace. And he's got 3.7 seconds to gain up to drive on, but I believe drive on is on the medium tires, if I do remember correctly. So
Might see a move for the lead here. Yap's getting closer. Bruno's going to go to the outside here into turn 1. Bruno outbreaks him. He's going to go for the switchback though. There's a move further back between Splitter and HP. Splitter getting the move done into P4. But what about this battle for P1 then? Yaps all close on the back of Bruno here, using a bit of ERS. And yeah, blast pass.
Lovely
So
move.
up into P1 then.
That was
Nicely done from Yaps.
It was set up perfectly too, because you going into turn 1, obviously you make the move, you still do get DRS in the next straight, but it does leave you a bit vulnerable to the system. So Yaps, very smart.
Got a safety car.
And that's
Bowen
also
has
another
unfortunately
crucial thing,
lost
because
it
now
in
he get out in
sector
front
2.
right as the safety car comes out. So now he's going to dictate the pace, and I imagine all the soft runners are probably going to come into the pits. And I think some of the medium runners might come in to maybe put on another set of mediums and still make that two-stop strategy work. But I think Yaps, Bruno, that was good, because now Yaps is going to have clean air when the safety car goes, and he should be able to push on to have a nice lead.
Yeah, that was crucial for Yaps. I'm sure he's going to come into pits. It's just what Kitch does. I think, yeah, definitely I reckon taking the second stop mediums longer. Let's see what Kitch does. No, he stays out.
Kids are staying out. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm really curious, because I don't know if he's banking on possibly another safety car, or if he's maybe thinking that a one-stop could work. Like, here's the thing, like, Yaps, we're going to see a lot of people come into the pits, but let's see where Yaps and Bruno are going to come out. It doesn't look like they're going to lose too many positions. They might come out like 10th, or possibly not. Looks like
Raz has gone to the halves.
Razo's definitely trying to go to the end, and LeBruno, yeah, it looks like he got out just in front of Rob. Rob looked like he backed off a little bit there to make sure that Bruno was still safe, but right now, all the guys in front of him, Wavy Knife also stayed out. He's on the mediums. Drive On is on the mediums. He stayed out. Adel on the mediums stayed out. And, of course, Kitch, the only driver in the top 9 so far that has a penalty, leading this race. And I don't know if he's still going for a two-stop. He might try and attempt a one-stop strategy if the safety cars, don't appear. that might be what he has to do.
Yeah, this has really jumbled it up, to be fair, and I reckon those mediums will still have some pace in them after 7 laps. I'll just check the penalty situation on. I know Kitch has got a pen, but I don't know if he's got any more warnings. What about Yaps? Yeah, Yaps has got 2 warnings.
Droppass has now decided to put on the hards, so obviously with the wing damage in the beginning, he decided to come back into the pits again, put the hard tires on, and he's going to try and go to the end. But I think, I mean, the hard tires, as much as they're not the best tire on this track, I think he's got to try something. He's got to do something to get himself at least in the points, because right now he sees his main championship rival, who is his teammate, in P5. You know, he's kind of, he's struggling at the moment. I mean, I know Yap's only about 6 points back, so he's just going to have to try and maximize what he can on a track that I would say so far is probably not one of his favorites.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm going to be interested to see what Raz does, because the kind of pace he's got, because obviously he can go to the end. So if he can hang with them, yeah, it's a pretty decent choice. I was saying with Droppass, because if Droppass can hang, doesn't lose too much to the guys ahead, then it could be okay. But yeah, I reckon these other medium runners are going to be banking on another safety car maybe.
The only sort of practice I've ever done around this track, and I do know that the mediums can go about 22 laps. Now, they're not going to go 22 laps at good pace, so I definitely feel like the people that are out there now, they're on mediums, they're not going to go to the end. I know they're not going to go to the end, but the mediums do have a pretty big drop-off point after about 12 laps of running them in hard, but it might be beneficial to them because if they can all stay in the DRS train, I was on board with Fozzie, and he just had like a half spin coming out of the hairpin and saved it. But no, I think that a lot of these guys, if they stay in the DRS train, it could definitely help them with the tire saving, but it's going to be, they're going to have to do something like the people on the hards like Raza and Droppass, they're going to have to get up in front. They're going to have to overtake cars.
Oh, the safety car is in this lap then. I was just wondering because the Mercedes of Droppass was just jumping onto the end.
Quite a quick one, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Here we go then. Kitch is going to lead him away, followed by Adel, as he's really backing up the pack into the stadium section. Oh no! As Splitter gets a 5-second. Oh dear.
Adel's all over the back of Kitch. This is so close to contact.
When he's going to go. Oh, what's going on here? Oh dear, what's happened here?
Drive on and Yaps both have a penalty.
Drive on's
absolutely.
Drive on's completely. It's about 6 seconds. The top 3 have gone. The top 3 have absolutely gone. 6 seconds to gap. What has happened there?
I wonder if Yaps has damage now from that too. I don't know. Was Drive on AI?
But Drive on is now under huge attack. Same with Bruno as Icelandic Rob's having a little go, trying to go around the outside of Splitter here. Splitter kind of it's happened. They were too wide here.
Wow.
Coming through. Oh, nicely clean. But yeah, that's 6.2 seconds. What on earth has happened there?
Well, that's definitely played
Yaps
into
is going to go side by side.
Too, that's definitely played into the hands of Kitch, Adel, and Wavy because those guys haven't pitted yet. So now, when it comes to the point when they pit, if they can still pull a little bit of a gap, they're not going to lose near as much time. You lose about 19 to 20 seconds in a pit stop on this track. So if another safety car comes out and they decide to pit again, then it's definitely going to be huge for them. But the one thing is, it's definitely a bad luck for Yaps and for Bruno as well because now, you know, two guys that were kind of up front dominating this race, I guess you could say, now they're 6 seconds back from drive on basically, and Yaps is losing time, and I think he has wing damage because if he hit the back of drive on, I imagine he has some wing damage because he's 1.5 seconds behind him. So it'd be interesting to see if he comes into the pits here or if he just continues.
I was just thinking because Yap's got a lovely move back on Bruno, so he's back into P5, but as you're saying, look, drive on. Goodness knows what has happened there.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, let me just check penalties real quick. Oh, he's got a...
He's a little spin. He's alright.
So drive on and Yap's got 5 seconds, so Splitter. Yeah, this is not good.
And it's going to be a bummer for Yaps, I know, because... Oh, that was a little bit of lag.
What's happened to Raz?
It's going to be a big bummer for Yaps, I know, because he's going to have to serve that 5-second penalty. It's not going to get removed, so that's pretty much his race. Heavily compromised unless he has another safety car and he's able to put soft tires again, and use him to his benefit, but this is definitely going to hurt him and LeBruno as well, because LeBruno, even though he doesn't have a penalty, he's now stuck behind him. And
well, the Raz and Alpa are having a fantastic battle here.
Yeah.
Alpa's just gone all the way round him. That was
He's got it
nicely
on the
done.
softs,
I know he's on the softs, but
Yeah.
that was a lovely little battle there. Nice and clean. CD's now really close on Raz, because Raz is on those hards. He's not got a lot of pace at all. And Kitch has gapped that 1.5 that he needs out of DRS of Adel. So that's really crucial for him. As we've got a yellow flag and Algates is out. Double Alfa Romeo DNF. Is that going to
So it's
process?
got
Yes, it
another
does.
safety car.
Oh, goodness me.
this is definitely good. I'm watching drop pass in P17. I think he's going to go onto another set of
Drive on
medium
Yaps.
tires. I think he's going to get rid of
Yeah,
those hard
Yaps.
tires. Oh no, he stays out.
Lovely
He stays
bias
out.
comms for who? Who am I biased to?
Oh, Yaps and LeBruno are in.
Yeah, they've
Bruno-
all come into the pits.
LeBruno's on the hards. Yaps, he's on the medium.
for the
So he's
mediums.
gonna. See, the thing is, he could probably go to the end on those tires, but it's. I think it was just too big of a risk. I think he should have stayed out, kept track position, because, as we're seeing so far, if another safety car comes out, he's kind of put himself into a predicament to where now he's stuck. I mean, Kitch has stayed out, Adel stayed out, Wavy stayed out again, but I think at this point the top three are going for a one-stop strategy. I don't think.
Yeah,
they're
I
even
think
gonna bother
they'd
with
already
two
passed
stops
the
anymore.
pits as well. They'd already passed the pits.
Yeah.
So,
I think the
that was
guys in
that.
mid-pack, they could pit them front.
So now Yaps is down in P16. He is on fresh mediums. Drive on and Rob have gone for fresh softs. So obviously they're going for as HP and Doug are switching positions.
Rob definitely using that Kimi intel to good use, going exactly to the next tire on that Kimi suggested.
Let's go. Come on.
Let's see if
Mark
Kitchen
with
Howell's
Yaps.
gonna
Well,
pull
yeah, they are
this.
teammates the next one.
So KitchenAid now
And
in
yeah,
the pits.
KitchenAid win.
Wavy's also
Okay,
in the
let's
pits.
see where they
Wavy is
come
in a
out.
nice position too, but so I guess this goes back to what I was saying before about how maybe they were going to do a one-stop. It looks like they are committing to two-stop strategy. It looks like Wavy's putting on a set of soft tires. He's not going to be able to go to the end on those, so he's definitely committing. But that leaves Splitter Fitter now in the lead of this race. And I think I remember he was the one who he pitted early on in the first safety car, so he's been able to jump a lot of these guys and go onto another set of mediums. I do believe if I look at the tires.
Yep.
Yeah, he's already made one stop, so Splitter Fitter is the leader of this race, and then Dougie has jumped a lot. He's jumped
Good old
11
Dougie.
positions. He's up into P2. HP,
Good
he's
lad.
actually down 2 positions because obviously he was on pole, but he's now sitting in a nice position. He's got no penalties. Fozzie, who I saw had that half spin on the formation lap, he's up into P4. He's moved up 8 positions. Alpa in the Williams,
Wow.
he's moved up 11 positions. Raza up 8 positions. Gregor's up 11. And the big and
Gregor's
drop pass is P9. So when you look at it, drop pass, him staying out, gaining a little bit of track position, he is going to have Kitch right behind him on fresh tires. But drop pass trying to do everything he can. But I think the big story here is
Did you go?
So drop us up to 9. Yeah, I think we just lost Mark
Yeah,
there for a
because
minute
the
there,
big story
but
is Spencer's killing.
yeah, the big story is
sorry. Yeah,
he's leaving us on the
my
cliffhanger.
microphone just shut off. I turned it back on. But I think the big story here is Yaps. The fact that now he's back at P16 and
Yep.
everyone in front of him is pitted. Like he's
Mhm.
going to have to overtake a lot of cars now. And
Here we
safety
are.
car in this lap.
That is a
Splitter.
late call from Michael Massey.
That is a very late call.
Oh, and Doug
no,
got 5 seconds.
boys. What's
Goodness
going
me,
on?
what's going on? And it's going to be late from Splitter as...
Oh, he's got.
Oh no, he spun it! Oh no!
Wow.
Oh, and he's gonna have to let the whole pack go.
Oh
That's
no,
painful.
for Splitter. Doug then is side by side with HP, and here comes Fozzie. Look at the speed he's got over HP there, and Alpha's looking in the background as Fozzie's going to up the inside of HP here. Nice little move there.
That was a really nice move. You see what he did there?
Nice
He waited a
move
little
from
bit,
Fozzie.
let the other guys out front of him outbrake themselves, and just kind of
What's happened
saved
to HP?
some
HP
spot, and then
dropped
was
off.
able to get to the inside. Really, really nice move. Alpa is now starting to have a look on Fozzie. You got to remember Alpa on the soft tires, so this is going to be. It should be a pretty easy move.
Down to HP now. He's
Goodness knows what's happening to HP. He's now doing battle with Yaps. He's just let everyone go, and now he's battling Yaps. What's going on there?
I wonder if he's got wing damage, or he has some form of
does.
damage. He's just letting people go by. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like he has damage, but
Did he didn't tie the wheel though?
I just feel so bad for Splitter. He just got on the power way too hastily and round he went.
I think Splitter definitely got a
Kitchen,
little bit caught
Jaff.
off guard by the fact of how late that safety car came in, like right at
Yep.
the last second. And I think he just, trying to warm up your tires. And I honestly don't think anyone thought the safety car was going to go in already. And
No.
honestly, probably just not enough heat in tires. And we say that so many times with safety car restarts. It's really difficult. As HP comes in the pits, he must have damage now.
Yeah. Well, Kitchen's just got up into P5, getting through Yaps. Sorry, not Yaps, Gregors. As Fozzie and Alpo are going to do battle. Alpo on those soft compounded tyre, getting up into P2.
HP unfortunately leaving the race. It's I know it's a big bummer. I know I've always been a thing of trying to just race no matter what. But HP obviously starting on pole position to now leave, definitely gonna be frustrated. But sometimes it is racing. But Wavy Knife has now got around Drop Us. Drop Us is now down at the P10. But like I said before, you stay in this train even if he is on the hard tires. You just kind of stay in the train, use the DRS. You should be fine. The only problem is he's got Icelandic Rob behind him, who is a very, very quick driver. He's on the soft tires. LeBruno, he's another person on the hard tires. He's in
We've got
P12.
a yellow.
And
and
it's
it's
on the mediums.
Gregors.
It's Gregors, yep.
This is a great battle forming between Bruno and Yaps. This has been going on for some time as Yaps is going to try around the outside here. Things get shown the door. Oh, no, he's
Oh,
spun
Yaps
round.
is out. Yaps spot.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was on board there. I don't think that was on Bruno at all.
I think that was a racing incident. I
Always
feel
was
like,
crash.
Oh, Fozzie's out.
is that a safety car?
Surely not another safety car. We've got
Still
yellow
says yellow
sector 3. Fozzie's lost it there. He's off the racing line, to be
Down
fair.
a splitter, but lost it.
Dougie's in. Yaps, unfortunately, I don't know whether he got damage from that. I think Yaps trying it around the outside, and it's just the contact model's really done and dirty there.
I think it was just a little bit impatient from Yaps. I think he definitely could have waited. He knows that Bruno's on the hard tire. It's only a matter of time before he's going to be able to get by him, and I think it was just... I think Yaps does have some damage. He looks like he's picking up a lot of understeer in these corners, but... Yeah, man, if he would have just waited a little bit longer,
Yeah.
that corner funnels out, and it gets super, super narrow. It was never really going to work, and I feel like...
No.
Honestly, he turned in a little bit on Bruno more than the other way around, so a
Yep.
little bit of a bad scenario here for Yaps. But one person who has benefited hugely from this is Drop Pass, because Drop Pass was behind. Drop Pass.
Oh no! Rob's out.
Oh
No.
Rob is out.
That was my flipping. Oh, that safety car. Oh, that was my pick for the win. Rob, no.
Rob was looking so good too.
He
He's
was
already
in
up
such a good position. Yeah. Oh, that's super unfortunate.
You're gonna see a lot of guys pit. Here comes Alpha. Kitch comes in the pits. Raz is in the pits.
Third
All
safety
these
car.
guys are probably gonna go to another set of mediums for the end. But look at this. Look at Jaff. Jaff is now leading the race.
Amazing. Come on,
Out of
Jack.
nowhere.
Ada in P2 on 3-lap old mediums as well, so that's really good. Wavy
Yeah.
Knife on 3-lap old softs. Drop pass up into P4 now.
He's gonna hold track
Yeah.
position.
If Drop Pass and Bruno, like this, being on these hard tires actually is quite a good thing for Drop Pass and Bruno, but because now it's just giving them track position. And like I said before, you stay out, you're in the DRS train, you're going to be fine kind of no matter what tire you're on, as long as you're competitive in the middle sector. And I feel like Drop Pass and Bruno, they've put themselves in the mix because you have a guy like C. Davies behind him. He's also on the hard tire. And then Splitter Fitter's there, and I think Splitter has stayed out. I don't think he pitted again.
No, he's on
So-
8-lap old mediums.
Drop Pass and Bruno are in a pretty good position right now. They're not really going to have too much attack from behind, and all they can do is just go forward. And Wavy, he's on those soft tires, so he should pull away right away. But I think they're in a pretty good position for some good points here.
Well, judging from how this race has gone so far, this is far from over.
Just
I don't
fits in
think
every
the
2
top 3 you
seconds.
see now may not, I think the top 3 you see now may not be the top 3 you see coming across the line to take the podiums. This is
I'd love a
mad.
Jaff win
We're on our
personally,
third
but that's
safety
just
car. we love a Jaff P1.
Yeah,
Come
just
on,
keep
man.
that one the same, please.
Yeah.
Very, very unfortunate
In
for
a
Rob.
very
You guys
good
want me to get him in here? Just have a little chat with him.
Maybe not mid-race.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, we'll leave it till after maybe or something. He might be a bit fuming.
Yeah.
We'll leave him to. Might have to go get a chalky milk or something.
So it looks like Yap stayed out and got himself into P8. I guess he doesn't have damage. I mean,
Yeah, he might have been alright.
He might have been alright, but this is so far for the championship leader. It's Droppass is there, and when we kind of started this race, we thought Droppass was going to lose a lot of points. Now he's gaining over 10 points on Yaps. It's pretty unreal how
this is crazy.
change.
Series 2 for you. It's on a knife edge all the time.
The one thing I'm going to look at is Adol is still
Alpha's
only
left.
pitted once. Jaff has already pitted
Thank you,
twice. Droppass is pitted twice. C. Davies is pitted twice. Bruno is pitted twice. Yaps also twice. Splitter Fitter is only pitted the one time, as we know. But I think this is definitely going to play into the factor, as Adol has 3 seconds of penalties. Droppass also with 3. Splitter Fitter has 5 seconds of penalties. I think that was from his collision under the safety car. But you look at guys like Wavy Knife, no penalties. Bruno, no penalties. C. Davies, no penalties. Yaps, Alpa, even Drive On HP, down to Gregors. Those guys with no penalties, they're going to be in a pretty good spot at the moment, because this track, as it goes on, I think a lot more penalties are going to be shown. And if those guys can keep their nose clean the whole time, you could possibly even see them win on penalties. Exactly.
But I just wonder if the safety car's going to come in this lap. Poor old Alpine. He's just got back into the lobby. He might be able to take control of his car in time. There we are. Safety car in this lap then. It's not a late call from my
Alpa just went ahead of Kitch. And he was behind him. Or no,
Yeah,
because Kitch tried to go through him. Yeah. Alpa
Kitch
was
is
already
ghosted.
ahead.
I think no, she's then back through.
There we go.
So here we go then.
Yeah,
Where's
play
Jaff
time.
going to bolt? Jaff's backs him right up then into the last corner. When's he going to go?
I'm going to stay
And
on
he's
board
gone.
with Yaps here.
Yeah, off he goes. And Adel, Adel's, this is perfect from Adel.
Yeah,
he's
just
already
allowing
alongside.
it.
What about Wavy? Wavy's got some slipstream, to be fair, might make it 3 wide. Here comes Wavy. No, this one kind of blocked off for him. Adel's going to go up the inside then, into turn 1. Both going to do battle. Oh, I got a terrible angle. Jaff keeps the position, great defending. But Adel gets a better getaway, look at that. Oh, look at the difference in traction there. Jaff's going to be side by side then into the next corner. Adel goes around the outside, does very well to be fair. Jaff has to suffice for P2 then. Wavy Knife's going to get onto the back of him next. Any movement further down as a couple of big gaps have formed. Oh no, this is gap to the leader, that's my bad. That's why. There we are.
Yeah, they're all still.
Yaps.
They're all still in the training moment, but Yaps there was really the top moment there in the tight hairpin. He was super close to Splitter, and it looks like Splitter is trying to get past CD as soon as possible because he knows CD is going to be slower. As Jaff and Wavy still going side by side, but if anything, I know Splitter knows he's going to have to get past as soon as possible.
I don't know. I'm not sure why Wavy Knife was going for a move there, to be honest. Just didn't like it. Yeah. And he drops down to P14.
And picks up a penalty for his troubles.
Yeah, super unfortunate for Wavy.
But look at this double slipstream. Yaps has got a double slipstream on Splitter and C. Davies. They're all so close together, and Yaps going to try and send it. He goes down the inside of Splitter Fitter. It doesn't look like he's going to have the move done, but he's going to have great momentum around the outside. Thinks better of it, slows down, and peels out right behind Splitter. But now Kitch has got a fantastic run on Yaps, and he's alongside of him, and he has a lot more straight line speed from what we've been seeing, but it looks like Yaps and Kitch is going to break a little bit more. Kitch goes around the outside, and what a move.
Great
that
move.
Was
Great move.
Unbelievable. I was on board for all
Jaff
that.
and Droppass are doing battle.
That was a fantastic move. He boxed Yaps down on the inside. Yaps had to break early. He had no other choice. And Kitch just went screaming around the outside, which gave him the inside for the next corner. That was perfect move.
Yeah, nicely done. Splitter's going to get on the back of CD here. This is pretty close. So you're going to have to be careful. Yeah, it was a good battle forming between Jaff and Droppass. Jaff defending his position, quite rightly so, and Adel was absolutely checked out. It's now 2.4 seconds the gap, as Jaff's mediums might be feeling a bit, they might be degrading now, as Bruno hanging firm in P4 for now, sitting in P5, but he's going to have Splitter all over the back of him, Kitch as well. As what's happened to Splitter? Splitter slow down. Not sure what happened there.
Go a bit.
Droppass
Just letting
all
Kitch
over the back.
go.
of Jaff right now, and I got a feeling that drop pass is not going to want to wait too long to get past him because he knows that even though he's on the hard tires, he probably will still have a little bit better traction than Jaff, a little more pace because Jaff is on those mediums. I think since the very beginning.
Here comes Kitch. Kitch up
now
the
goes
inside.
right down the inside of Davies. Oh, Davies gets in there. Very close race.
Good move.
Didn't look like any of them had damage. And Kitch now up into P5. So just like we were saying before, how Kitch running that setup that gives a lot more straight line speed seems to be helping him, because what it's allowing is that he could basically force his opponents to go defensive, and then he gets a much better exit coming out of the corners. And because he has so much more speed, he should be able to go as Yaps now gets a 3-second penalty. That's not going to help his case.
No, absolutely.
But Kitch is looking very strong right now. The two guys in front of him are on hard tires. You see Drophouse gets a little bit squirrely there. He is struggling for grip behind Jaff, and Jaff has actually pulled away quite a bit, but Kitch has got the pace, and he only has a 3-second penalty. I know Bruno doesn't have anything. I think he has one warning.
Here he comes again. Here he comes again. Look at the pace difference.
He's flying.
Look at the pace difference. Maybe this is why you run the lower wings.
He's not even,
Drophouse is going to go for a move.
BRS. He has used quite a lot, but now drop pass on the inside of Jaff.
Oh,
Lovely
just
move.
lost it. Lovely. No,
And Kitch is now by him too. That's going to allow Kitch to have a run at drop pass, but drop pass has only got 5% ERS. Kitch only has 14%. LeBruno's got 59%, and that's going to be a huge factor because Kitch, he does have a lot of straight line speed. However, is he going to be able to get around drop pass? Yap's trying to go around the outside.
Nicely done. Gets the move done.
Just he's probably going to say give it now. He's tires on.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Ain't very strong again.
And I imagine Jaff is probably going to let his teammates see Davies go by soon as well, because Davies is going to the end of those tires. We know that. He's not going to make another pit stop if he doesn't have to. And Davies, so far, looking pretty good. Staying in the DRS of the cars in front, holding off Yaps and all the other guys on those
someone else
tires.
on the inside. Wavy Knife gone for the move again. It's not really come. Nah, it's not pulled off again.
He's not learning.
He keeps going for moves at the stadium section.
He's trying to do a Max Verstappen in 2019. I think.
Just
Yes, he's doing.
Just leads off top.
Here comes CD on his
Davies
teammate.
got DRS, and it looks like Jaff is not really going to put too much of a fight on this. He's probably just going to let Davies go back through. But Yaps, looks like Yaps, he had his red light flashing there, and he's going to try and make a move, but he doesn't have the DRS, and he goes right around the outside of Jaff. That was a really good move there. But here comes Splitter, and he's alongside. It's almost 3 wide. I think Splitter's going to come out ahead of this. They're both under 10% split. Oh, and Yaps.
Goodness me.
I think
so. Jaff sent it. Or did
Jaff absolutely sent one.
I think Yaps has damage for sure. He got hit pretty hard there on the wing. He definitely has some damage.
Yeah.
He's pulled over alongside.
Goodness knows what happened there.
That's crucial for Yaps. He was looking so good in qualifying. Looked to have it all under control, and now, just in a blink of an eye, it's all changed for him. He's gonna need another safety car to hopefully get himself back in this. But I was just we were at the back, and I just noticed Kitch has got around drop pass.
Yep, I was on board with them. I was kind of flicking between. Kitch got moved on drop pass into turn 1. Was waving off, almost loses the car. As Kitch has got some great pace. He's definitely a favourite to win this race.
He just sets the fastest lap as well. Still,
he's going to be hunting down Adol.
That ERS slightly. He is still under 10%, but he's been able to build it up a lot more than he has because he's got such great pace and able to pull away from drop pass. But if drop pass can stay in his DRS for longer than I'm sure Kitch would want him to, it's going to play a huge benefactor to not only drop pass but to Bruno, because Bruno has 70%. He's barely used any ERS, and he's just being very patient. He's still setting personal best sector times. So LeBruno, and these hard tires, even though they're not the most ideal tire on this game, they are going to offer really good stability, really good traction towards the end of the race when these other guys have to pit, because Kitch going to the end on those mediums is probably going to be a little bit difficult. Adol going to the end on those mediums is probably going to be difficult. However, LeBruno picks up a 3-second penalty.
Yeah.
No, the commentator's going the wrong ways. It depends. Picks up one.
But now, Droppass is very vulnerable to Bruno, because now Droppass is outside of the DRS range of Kitch, and Bruno is only 7/10 back. As we're coming out of
gone very deep. Yeah, that was nicely done from CD.
Yeah, he just knew to switch back.
Yeah.
Let him know he was there. See that's up.
As Wavy Knife pulls in, I think.
CD's got some great
Yeah.
pace too. He's got no penalties on the hard tires, only 3 and a bit seconds back up of Bruno, and Bruno looks like he's getting very, very
Look
close
at
to
this.
drop us now.
Look at
Is
this.
he going to go down the inside? Not yet.
Alpa's absolutely flying. He's going to get the move done on Splitter as well. Splitter's there, still there on the inside. Oh, I thought it was almost contact. Alpa gets up into P7 then. Jaff in P6. As Raz is going to get the move done on Drive On up into P9.
Oh, a little bit of a late
Back.
defensive
Gregor's having a
move
little
from
look.
Alpa.
Gregor's up the inside. Thought he was going to have a go for a cheeky move on Doug then. Thought he absolutely sent one.
And Kitch now has the lead under a second. He is going to have DRS on this main
Oh, wow.
straight, and will he
Yeah,
be
he's
able
going to be flying.
to make the overtake drop pass again? Another 3-second time penalty. So that
Yeah.
means Bruno is technically P3 at the moment, but he's going to have to try and get by. I do think Bruno has a little bit more pace than drop pass at this stage. He definitely has more ERS, but Kitch is the guy to watch. Adel has been saving up his ERS, but I think once Kitch gets the opportunity, he's going to go for it. He's got
Yeah, here
such
he comes.
tremendous straight line speed.
He might even get him on this straight. He's got that much pace. Nah, he's going to be too far back, I think. As Dropass has got Bruno for company. He's getting close. Here comes Bruno up the inside then. And don't think that's
Dropass didn't
using ERS.
Yeah, drop pass didn't look like he fought it that much. I think he knows that
Alpa and
his
Jaff.
situation is Yaps, and I think drop pass knows that he needs to just make sure he stays in front of the person he's battling with in the championship.
Great move by Alpha to get Jaff there. Left just enough room. What about Splitting? He's going to have a little go on Jaff. He's got way too close. Always almost hit the back of him.
So tight in this midfield fight now.
It's so close, isn't it? So
Top
close.
It's like a
7-8 card
it's like a
train.
split of teams. You have Splitter, Fitter, and Raz with the 2 LPs, the 2 Aston Martins, the 2 Hasses, and then you have Yaps.
Yeah.
Right there, it's like everyone's working
Yeah.
as a team.
What about Kitch then? I think Kitch is going to get him on this lap, to be honest. Drop has to stay close to Bruno as well, to be fair. Here we go then.
Split and Hampton Pit.
Can we see a move for the lead then? Here comes Kitch at the final corner. He's much closer this time. And he's using the
it.
ERS. Here he comes.
He's definitely going
Doesn't
for it
have to use a
now.
lot of it. He's going to go
Yeah, he's looking
flying fast. There we are. There's your
What
move
a
for the lead. Kitch into P1. And Dropass on Bruno as well for P3. Dropass gets him back. What about Alpa on CD then? Gets very close. Raz and Splitter change positions. CD with a bit of a lock up into turn 1 there, but gets the car slowed down.
See, I feel like at that point with drop pass and Bruno definitely should have used a little bit more ERS than what he did. Like, I know you want to try and save it, but there's a certain point of when you have to save it
You've got to
and
start
attack,
using it, yeah.
and then you have to start using it to break out of the DRS range, or at least get it to 8,
Yep.
9 tenths to where they can't overtake. And I feel like now drop pass going right back past them. Bruno has been showing maybe a little bit more pace than drop pass, and it's gonna be. Oh, that was kind of close.
Oh, big crash. Big
Red
crash.
involved.
What has happened there?
I think Doug Rainer seconds cut across Gregor's.
Wow.
To be honest with you. I was on board
Huge
with
crash.
Doug.
I just on board.
And
Yeah.
it's a safety car. It's a
Wow,
full safety
oh, wow.
car.
Yeah, there's debris all over the track.
So
So
it's got
this-
4 to pit for softs.
This
Wow.
is going to change everything. I imagine all the front runners are going to pit for softs. Kitch stays out. Kitch
Oh, wow.
is
Go on,
staying out
CD.
on the
No
mediums.
pens.
Come
Drop
on,
pass is
CD.
coming in. Bruno's
Go on,
coming in.
David.
CD, is he going to stay out or is he coming in? CD's coming in. Alpa's coming in.
Yeah.
It looks like everyone.
Gone for
One
the soft
person I
compound
don't
attire.
think is going to come in is Yaps. I think Yaps is going to try and stay out. Although he is pretty far back, I don't think
Kit
it's going to
should have
matter.
pitted.
I'd pit if I was Yaps. Yeah, I don't know what he should do. I think he's going to be on 12 lap old me by the time this comes in.
No. Yeah.
I think
Adel
Kitch
comes
just
out.
I think Kitch has just given this win to, and Adel also has 8 seconds. He must have had a penalty coming into the pits.
Oh, yeah.
So now, if you think about it, based on the penalties and the tires, LeBruno and C. Davies are in perfect position. C.
Royce,
Davies, of course, not
C.
having any penalties, and with LeBruno's pace, this has actually worked out perfectly for him, because now he's been able to get off those hard tires. He can attack Droppass, who has 3 more seconds worth of penalties than him. Adel has got 5 more seconds than him, and then Kitch is on old mediums. One other thing too, Wavy Knife, who was involved in that incident and he had to pit, now he's up in the P6.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
And I do believe, can confirm, yes, Yaps has pit, so Yaps is in P15, but he's going to have to try and make something happen. He does have 3 seconds of penalties, and a lot of the cars in front of him don't have any penalties, only the 2 guys in front of him do, so he's going to have to be aggressive but be sensible, of course, and I think this is definitely the wrong call for Kitch. And I've always said it's always difficult when you're in the lead. Oh, Adel comes in the pits again.
Why?
Is
What?
he AI?
Where he's serving a 5
Oh,
second.
what?
He's
What
serving
now?
his 5-second penalty.
Yeah, but Mary gets it taken
Okay.
off, so. What?
Well, this has just worked. Wait, serving the 5-second penalty after the pit? I'm
Well, he's
confused.
great. No, he's going to have to take it off now. So you can get
I
it
know,
removed
but
if it's
I know, but when he was in the pits, the pit crew did his tires, and then he had to wait 5 seconds.
For
Oh, why?
me, it was the other way around. While I watched him. It was the same as normal.
Yeah, glitch. But this definitely opens it up for Bruno and CD. They're in a perfect position. Drop pass, of course, 6 seconds, and Kitch is, let's just face it, Drop pass has not had the pace you would expect from him. But again, championship leader, doing everything he needs to do. He is on those fresh soft tires. Kitch is on old mediums, and Drop pass potentially could still be in a very good shot here. But I'm looking for CD. CD with no penalties, same tires. He's been quick. He's been consistent. This could be a very interesting last 5 laps. I do think the safety car will come in this lap, or come in the next lap possibly.
Could be electrical again.
Yeah, the safety car might come in because Dougie and Yaps are just, yeah, there it is right there. So now,
Yeah,
a little bit
late
earlier, so
call.
Kitch is going to really try back up the pack as much as he can. He's going to be vulnerable on those tires, we all know.
Massively.
But
yeah.
Drop Pass and Bruno, they're going to have to be patient. They don't have to overtake him right away. They're just going to have to wait as CB is giving himself a nice gap behind them. And it looks like Kitch is gone. He's going for it already. Oh, no, not yet. He's waiting till the last second.
Yep. Gotta go
Well,
now
some
because
people do this.
the line. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's done very well there, to be fair.
Drop us to warm his tyres out. What's the line? Taking advantage.
Oh, but look at Wavy Knife
Oh,
gets by
CD's
CB.
close.
Alpa's over there right beside
Wavy
him as
knife on
well.
Alpha.
Very nice.
Oh, wavy knife up the inside. He's hit Bruno. Oh my goodness me. CD's out the inside of the Bruno.
Oh, it's a great
What a move by
race.
CD.
My goodness
What
me.
a move.
CD
now
up
look at
into
this drop pass.
P3.
Drop pass
Oh,
trying to
it's
get
some
real
arrogant
aggressive
job.
behind Kitch. He knows he has to make this move happen. He's going to go around the outside. Kitch leaves him space. Here comes drop pass. Cuts back, tries to get the switchback on Kitch. Is he going to be able to get it? As now he gets on the inside. What a brilliant move. That was
That's
unbelievable.
unbelievable.
That was an
Outrageous.
unbelievable move by NXR
That's
drop pass. Now,
outrageously good.
what he has to do, he has to try and pull 3 seconds. He cannot get another penalty. He has to use those tires, pull away while they don't have the BRS behind him. As C. Davies has got unreal paces. Now he's closing right up onto the back of Kitch. But that was a fantastic move by the championship leader. When
What
you
a
thought he
switch,
was
man.
going to be down today, you thought he was going to have a bad day, and now he's showing why he's a championship leader. That was fantastic. And he hasn't had to burn too much of his ERS doing that, so he's going to be able to pull away with it as he's already
And
got
he's
a second lead.
Yeah. Second out. That was Bruno's getting close to back of CD.
Bruno's
CD
training.
hit.
CD looks like he's using a little bit as well.
And yeah, they're both static. Yeah,
Bruno
poor
looks like he's
Kitch.
going to go for it. Nope.
No,
Decides
hangs
otherwise.
back for now. Move further back between Yaps and Jaff. They're going to go side by side into turn 1. Jaff defends nice. He goes around the outside. But Yaps might get a better run here.
Yaps had a really good exit coming out of there, and I imagine he's going to try and go for it right in here. He's getting really close. He's almost pushing the AlphaTauri, coming in the corner, but it
Jaff
looks
leaves
like
just enough room.
super,
No,
super
that's
close.
Half-hearted.
If only Yaps could have saw the switchback that his teammate made, he would have probably tried to do the same thing.
Yeah.
The pretty looking racing. Like, so
Yeah, he's looking really quick because they're gaining on Kitch as well.
just make sure they don't fight too much and let drop pass go because the wind's still on for CD.
CD, if, as long,
well.
and that's the thing, as long as CD stays within 6 seconds of drop pass, he's got this. And I feel like, what was my podium picks? Wasn't it? It was Yaps.
You did say
Kitch.
CD third place.
I did say CD third place, but I think CD's on for a win here because now it's not even
Bruno's
the fact
on him.
of Kitch that he's going to have to worry about. Drop pass is going to have to pull 6 seconds on CD, which I don't think is going to happen. Bruno looks like he's got a great run on CD, but again, he doesn't really have to fight this.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are they gonna do?
Because the gap's
Bruno.
pulling away. Drop us is pulling away. He's doing enough right now, I
It's
think.
close. They don't need to be doing this. Or CD.
It's a hard
just
situation
maybe
for CD.
Oh no!
Oh,
Bruno's round!
The Bruno's on a massive
No.
lead.
Oh, that's huge. It's now Alpha. Alpha's next up.
Could be a helper for the win then, maybe. This is mental.
Poor
Yeah,
that's
that's
Bruno.
that's
He's
CD a
got caught in the
massive
curve.
That was brutal. I mean, I know Bruno, like, he was pushing, but still, like, that's, you know, if he would have just
Got a
been a
yellow.
little bit more patient.
Able.
It's Adel.
Yaps another 3-second time penalty.
Oh, that's not ideal.
At this
Yeah.
point, even though Yaps is P12, Yaps was actually P9, so it looks like he's lost some positions, maybe made a mistake, and has gone off the track. But this is definitely gonna hurt him. It's still gonna keep Mercedes at the top of the Constructors' Championship, obviously. However, drop pass, when you thought Yaps was gonna claw in and get the championship lead, now drop pass extending his championship lead if he
That's
wins this
smart.
race by a lot.
Well, here
And right now,
comes Raz. Raz looking much quicker on Alpha. He's gonna have to use a lot of BRS though. Alpha's not using a lot. And Raz up into P4 then.
Might get CD as well. Quite close enough.
Oh, Alpha might hang around the outside as Adel DNFs. Retires in the pits. As so does Bruno as well. So then we were down to 13. So Alpha gets Raz back then, up into P4. CD hanging firm. Thought he'd be getting onto the back of Kitch a little bit more, but yeah, Kitch
Just
almost 15
using
lap
the
off.
DRS.
Yeah.
But drop pass, we've got to hope that they fight now. Just got to hope that CD and Alpha trip over each other going for this win.
with 3 laps left to go, drop pass now has a 4-second lead over C. Davies. C. Davies is gonna have to try and push as hard as he can, but the problem is, yes, he has DRS on Kitch, but with Kitch being on those old tires, Kitch is definitely slowing him up a bit, and CD needs to get by him as quick as he can to try and close up the gap, because if he doesn't, still with 3 laps to go, drop pass has a really good shot of still winning this race, even with the 6-second penalties.
Raz's Wi-Fi was terrible. It just jumped him like 5 meters in front of Wavy. But yeah, Raz has got no ERS. Alpha's got 40%. CD's on 13. Kitch is on 5. And yeah, the ERS does not go up around here at all. Raz is the only one pretty close as Alpha is. There's going to be a little move for Splitter as he goes around the outside.
One thing I've noticed about Kitch is that he seems to use that runoff a lot. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if he's just...
He is a bit cheeky, especially at Silverstone at Cops. He just tries to find places where you can run wide and gain
People
time.
know about it, Mega Report officers, so it's down to them.
But right now, looks like CD has been able to kind of keep the gap somewhat close, because now he's only 4/10 behind Kitch, who's 3.7 behind drop pass. So that means CD's about 4.3 seconds behind drop pass. So drop pass still has to gain about another 1.5 to 2 seconds if he wants to win this race. He is still pulling away. The problem is drop pass had to use a lot of ERS to try and pull away, and now he only has 20% to play with. And that's pretty much where everyone else has too. Is Alpha's got 50%, and CD has got 25%. So CD,
Yeah, makes you move here.
CD's definitely going to get by him now.
Yeah. CD making the move for P2 then. With 2 laps to go. Here comes Alpha as well. Alpha's got the overspeed. Up into P3.
Well,
That was crucial for Alpha.
Move on CD though to take the win in.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. This is possibly
too
for the
much.
win. If Dropbox doesn't pull any more, this is the battle for the win between CD and Alpha. And I know how bad CD wants this win. This is going to be
Raz has gone around the
so
outside.
crucial.
Oh, look at this. Oh, dear. Bit of a battle going on here.
Oh, it's
Oh, nicely done from Kitch. Keep him on the curve.
Kitch. We're trying to pass not away enough.
Oh, this is going to be so close. Alpha could have him.
This is Alpha.
Yeah,
yeah,
Dropbox only has 5% of BRS to play with. I think this is pretty much done. I mean, I think he might honestly drop out of the podium. Oh no, because Kitch is there. Dropbox will get a podium out of this, but I think the battle is between CD and Alpha, so I'm going to watch this one as well. Because
It's when they
Alpha's
fight
only,
too much though.
he's
Wait a
only
second.
5/10 behind. They're going to have
They
to
can't-
work together
they
as
can't
much as
fight
they
too
want to beat each other. They're going to have to work together, and Alpha's draining
Here comes
his BRS.
Alpha. Alpha's
CD's
going to
also
fly
draining.
past.
CD going super defensive.
He's going to have
Alpha going to go.
Oh.
that was a bit annoying from CD. He's going to have to go for it down this next straight up. Is that done?
Alpha's got DRS. I think this is about over. Unless CD gets a great exit. CD does get a really good exit, but I
Nice.
think
That's
this is
done.
about
That's going to
it.
be it. Alpha's got him.
Fair play, Alpha's played that well.
Yeah, what about Raz on Kitch? Is Raz going to go around the outside? Kitch shows him the door. Kitch is going to go. Raz is going to go for a switchback here. Up the inside. Oh, Kitch squeezes him.
Oh, he's
Raz
still
back
done
up the
it.
inside. Kitch is battling this hard. Oh.
Wavy Knife is probably going to take advantage of both these guys.
That's where we see the
Droppass has the lead up to 5 seconds, but it's just not
Oh,
enough.
it's close.
He did everything he could, but I think NXRV
Alpha's going to
Droppass,
take this win.
even though he's going to
Well,
win
here
on
comes
track, I think
Droppass.
Droppass still really
Oh,
good.
wavy knife from Raz. Wavy
Droppass
knife
rounds
getting
the
the move
final
done.
turn and wins the Mexico City
Well
Grand
done,
Prix on
Droppass.
track, but Alpha coming across in the Williams
Here
wins
comes Alpha.
the Mexico Grand Prix.
What?
No, timing glitch.
No,
Oh,
the
timing
timing glitch. Alpha
Timing
definitely
glitch
won
for
that.
Alpha.
CD will be second, Droppass is in third, and
Wow,
Drive on Driver
What a race.
fourth. Jaffmaster Flash is going to take fifth.
Unbelievable.
That was an unbelievable race. That was
What a race.
fantastic.
Good stuff.
Well, there we are. I think because of timing glitch, Alpha's going to take this win. Yeah, it does show CD as one, but I think CD's P2. Alpha stealing it right at the end there. But I think Droppass in P3 as well. I think that shows that it's correct. But there we are. What a race. 3, 4 safety cars? That's crazy.
Three safety cars.
Mills, do you want to get them in for get CD,
Yes,
Droppass,
can do.
and CD, Droppass, and Alpha?
Alpha, yeah.
So there we are. Alpha might have timing glitch, so from 16th to P1, Alpha takes the win.
Who's hosting
CD and
interviews?
P2. Sorry,
Who's hosting the interviews?
mate, it's all yours if you want it.
Okay, okay.
Droppass is going to be P3. I think Drive on P4. Jaff is going to take P5 in the end. Kitch goes down to P6. I'm not entirely sure on this.
Found Alpha.
Splitter in P7, Wavy Knife P8, Raz in P9, Yaps rounding out the top 10, and we have Gregors, Dog, and HP who left earlier on in the session, but we lost Bruno, Adel, Rob, Fozzie, Algates, Bowen, and Fish throughout the race. So that was crazy race. I'll do a quick screenshot.
Champione, champione, ole, ole, ole.
I feel clear the audio.
Oof. Fuck the timing glitch, by the way. By the way, this is the most best podium we've ever seen, isn't it? 2 Davises.
Elite bunch,
I
elite
have
bunch.
to agree,
What's
I
that?
have to agree.
Elite bunch.
I agree
Elite
with the
bunch.
order.
Oh,
Oh dear. That was a great
This is-
race.
oh.
What an Alpha on the win though. How did you feel after that? After that win, kept it clean, kept it consistent with no pens. I managed to pit CD on the last lap. What a move! But you have to be overjoyed.
absolutely shocked. I was so slow, like unbelievably. And that 16-0 lap in the quali, that was all I had. I'm not even joking. So
Yeah,
slow.
he managed
It's
to
like-
make it work in the race though.
Yeah.
Must have been
Bit
a race
lucky.
setup. And if your first win as well in BRS, I believe.
Yeah.
Got P2 in France a couple of seasons ago, didn't you? But yeah,
Yeah,
must be great to
P2
finally get
in
that win. You've
Australia.
been here a while now, so well deserved, mate. Well deserved.
Cheers.
Moving on to the other Davies, C Davies. Got to be slightly gutted you missed out on the win, but good haul of points, kept it clean, but ultimately just couldn't keep Alpha behind on the final lap. Solid P2, or were you just slightly gutted that you missed out?
Nah, I'm taking the positives, to be honest. I got wing damage lap 1 after getting hit on a straight, which was quite interesting. So, yeah, I had to basically compromise my strategy completely. Didn't go to plan, and then to be there at the top end was good to be back, to be honest, because it's been a long, long while since I've had a race go in my favour. I am very pleased.
Yeah, I mean, slightly capping with the qualifying claims you made to me earlier, but we ignore
No,
that.
I genuinely did. It just fitted together. Maybe because I actually practiced before the race, that might actually help.
Well, we had this at Canada last week, CD. Come on now. 2 weeks in the bounce now, you've been capping back qualifying.
Same again next week, yeah?
Yeah. So, it's Saudi Arabia next year week. You'll be crying you haven't got any pace, but. Moving on to P3, solid drive drop pass. Unfortunately, missed out on the pens, but was it just hard to get that consistency, the balance between good pace and keeping it in between the white lines?
Well, 2 of my warnings because I got forced off track, which I couldn't really do much about, but the other 4 were completely my fault. So overall,
okay.
I mean, I'll take that, but could have been so much more. I guess.
Might be a claim to the stewards if you feel it's been impeded, but solid.
PayPal's available.
PayPal's available. No, I don't take bribes, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway. I've got that though. Yeah, but solid drive. I mean, you had a couple of instances in the race with track limits and whatnot, but I managed to get a good pool of points on both Yaps and Kitch, so you've got to be pleased and take the positives from that, I think. Are there any final thoughts from you two boys at all?
I think
Go
for
on,
me,
Mark.
it was a super crucial race, especially for Drop Us. And obviously, I want to say congratulations to Alpha and C
Cheers.
Davies. You guys drove fantastic, and especially good job to Drop Us because I thought he was done in qualifying, and I said it lots of times about he's kind of just, I guess in a sense bottled it and just made too many mistakes, but in the race came about. But Alpha and CD, you guys were exceptional, and I think for the first time, being able to commentate with Kimmy and Millsy, it's a fantastic race. It was a great race for me to watch, great race for me to commentate, and hopefully I can do it more often in the future. But congrats to all the top 3. You guys were definitely the deserving top 3 today, and look forward to watching the next race.
Thank you.
Yeah, likewise. Honestly, likewise. That was a class race. I know there was a couple of safety cars, but kept us on our toes, and yeah, it was really awesome to commentate on. And yeah, that'll be that. Albert steals the win away from CD on the final lap.
We share the win.
Yeah, share the win. It's a Davies shared dub.
Yeah.
No, it was amazing. Yeah, we move on to Mexico on Saturday for Series 1. If it's half as good as that, I think it'll be a good watch. So yeah, super looking forward to that. We'll be back live then. But other than that, thank you all for watching, and yeah, thank you to Millsy and Mark for joining me. But other than that, we'll see you on